Factory calls are made for everyone. Custom calls are made for someone. Today we get to sit down and talk with Cody Cornwell from CC Calls. So I'm Troy Miller. This is Blake Horton. As always, this is episode 23 of Winging It Waterfowl. Like I said, this week we got to sit down with Cody. Great talking to him. We had some technical difficulties again. I'm not sure why we're having these technical difficulties here lately, but hopefully the editing that I did, we just had some long delays and pauses, and a few times we talked over each other because of that. So hopefully it won't be too noticeable in the finished product for you, but just bear in mind that we did have some problems with that. But other than that, it was a great interview, great talk that we got to have with him. Got to learn a lot about his business journey so far. I don't know, what did you think, Blake?
Oh, it was a good one. I mean, I'm always glad to sit down and talk to somebody about duck calls and calling and all that in general. I mean, he was very knowledgeable about a bunch of stuff I had questions about, so that helped out.
Yeah, it's always nice doing what we enjoy doing, so.
Yeah, and he just kind of does it like us. He's loves duck hunting and loves the sport, and that's why he kind of started into the calling business.
Yeah, and he's still pretty new. I think this is his first year, and he hopefully will be keep going forward, growing a little bit more. If y'all have not heard of him, definitely check him out. He plugs all of his stuff. He does sound profiles, tons of them on his Instagram. I'm not on TikTok, so I'm not sure what all he has on there. But definitely go check him out. All of his calls are handmade and custom made. He does not do anything mass made. So, and he kind of talked about it right now. He's looking at about a week to 2 week turnaround. But with season closing up for everyone, if it hasn't already for you, it will be soon. Now's the time to get your orders in. Keep him going through the season, and hopefully you'll have it pretty soon. He's got tons of custom colors, combinations, whatever you want. He can probably get it for you. Like one, we kind of talked to him about getting one for us, or Blake did, and I told him what color I wanted, and he sent us how many options?
Oh, 3 or 4 options. I mean, he sent us a bunch. I mean, but he's our order in. We're looking probably 2 weeks of getting it. He also does a custom engrave. We getting the W with the wings engraved into the call. So kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I think we're both gonna go with the hybrid. That's that cut down barrel with a J frame on the back. So
yeah, and he discusses that and how he kind of came to making that his, I guess, kind of flagship call from the way he described it. But
yeah,
I think y'all are really going to enjoy this one. It's got a little something for everyone, even if you're call dumb like me most of the time compared to a lot of people. He does a pretty good job explaining the process and how he got to where he's at. Other than that, season is coming to an end, unfortunately.
it ended for me today.
Did it?
Yeah. I mean, we don't close till Sunday, but we got this weather coming in, so I picked up some overtime at work. So we went out and hit the faithful wood duck hole and shot a 2-man this morning, and Wiley got to pick up 6 birds, so I'm not complaining. I got to end the season on a full limit, so
yeah, my season's over. I ended it on her mallard retrieve, just with work and everything else I've had going on. I had every intention of going out all weekend this weekend, and with this weather moving in, we're already getting stuff moving in for temperature wise, and I'm not gonna go die over a bird when we're supposed to get down to sub-zero temperatures out here. I'm not taking my dog out first off, and I'm not going out in a kayak and that stuff alone. So
yeah,
just throwing in the towel on a high note for the season.
Hey, we both ended it on a good note, though.
Yeah, I didn't have a full strap. I was really looking forward to hopefully getting to try out the 6-shooter, the new decoy riggings that I have coming in. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. I was all excited. I was going to get those set up on the decoys and use them over the weekend, and then shooting the Big River ammo, of course.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do have my riggings. They just came in.
Oh,
They
nice.
are nice though. I'm looking forward to them. They
Yeah.
are. They're not some of the riggings they got the cables a little bit thicker. This is some thin cable, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I
Yeah.
mean, he
And
hang he hand does the weights and everything. So
you went with green. I don't know if you can see it very well on there, but
yeah, it's
I think
so
I don't remember for sure, but I think I went with brown since all my
yeah,
riggings are brown already.
yeah,
But that and then that's Lakeshore Riggings, so we'll be having him on here pretty soon. We got to set up the date with him. That'll be fun to talk to him and kind of talk to him about how he came to doing what he does.
yeah,
Um, and then, like I said, we've got Big River Ammo. Y'all make sure and go check them out if you haven't already. He's got a deal going on for everyone that listens and follows us. $100 or more, and you get free shipping. Just when you go to checkout, use code Winging It, WINGINIT. So he is what we're calling our official ammo of the podcast. And
yeah. I shot his
man, I
ammo
was
this morning, and it
yeah.
was a killer.
Yeah, it did great for me the little when I shot last time, and then I got the boxes in. And man, I was really looking forward to getting to use that this weekend, but like I said, not going to happen. And then
Yeah.
we got TFS, Dylan over there. Uh, man, he's pumping out some cool stuff. He's got the biothane rolling out, all kinds of stuff over there, custom colors of the cables. So he's our cable guy, kind of
Yes.
um, for straps, call lanyards, slings. He's got a few dog leashes out now. He's got some other stuff that he's working on that he'll kind of do some one-offs of when I was talking to him last night. Um, and he's offering anything custom handmade or any of his handmade stuff is 20% off at checkout. So use code WINGINIT20, WINGINIT 20 at checkout, and he'll give you 20% off his handmade stuff. But other than that, not a lot going on. Just like I said, close of season. We got this weather going to be moving in across for both of us.
Yep.
Last forecast I saw was 3 inches of ice and 14 inches of snow for us. What
Ooh.
about y'all?
Oh, we're nothing but ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad thing is at least up there y'all don't have as much trees as we do. That's might be a long weekend at the fire
Are
department with
you
all
in the
these trees.
exploding tree danger zone?
I hope not.
Yeah, no, I saw it was up north, but man,
Yeah.
they keep moving it further and further earlier in the day. And right now they're calling for it to start at 4 a.m. in the morning. So
Mm.
I don't know. And they keep lowering the temperatures. The other day, Saturday's high was 15, and last I looked, it was a high of 9.
Yeah, you're gonna be cold.
Yeah. And so, like
It
I
ain't
said,
getting that cold down here, but it's getting pretty chilly.
and everyone, it's into season. There's always next season. Well, for most people, but don't die over a duck.
Yeah.
And I know there's places going to get a whole heck of a lot colder than us. Don't risk your life or your friend's life or even your dog's life for a duck. Just
Yeah.
stay safe, stay warm, you know, cuddle up, spend time with kiddos, board games, whatever you want to do. That's probably what we're going to do. But
Well, I
I
think
think
we
with
had a
that,
good season though. I mean, it went pretty decent. We had a good one, so I'm looking forward to next season.
oh yeah, we got some
We got
stuff in the
we,
works.
yeah, we got some big stuff in the works. I'm ready for it.
Yep. So, but other than that, with season closing, we'll be just continuing rolling with the guests. We'll do some non-guest stuff as we go through season. Y'all make sure to go like, subscribe, follow on the YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's Winging It Waterfowl podcast on pretty much everything. Um, we're going to keep rolling with this once a week, every week. That is our plan. So if you have any guests you want us to talk to, let us know. If you have any suggestions, just want to talk. We are the ones that are on the other end. We don't have anyone else, so you're going to talk directly to me or him. And we appreciate everyone sticking with us so far, and new listeners. You know, go back and list those old ones, and I'm sure there's something for a little bit of everyone you're going to find in these episodes. Other than that, we appreciate it. We'll jump right in.
Have a good one.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Winging It Waterfowl. I'm your host, Troy Miller. With me, as always, is Blake Horton. And then tonight we have very special guest, Cody Cornwell with CC Game Calls. How are y'all doing this evening?
Good, doing good.
Good. How are y'all?
Doing great. Glad to have you on. Glad we could make this happen. Appreciate you coming on tonight. So just jump right into it. We'll have you kind of tell us who you are, what you do, and kind of tell us how you got started into hunting to start off with.
So, Cody Cornwell, worked full-time at oil refinery, Marathon Refinery. Been there for probably 11-ish years now. Started making calls about a year ago. It was just out of kind of a hobby. Always enjoyed. I've got tons of calls laying around, expensive calls, cheap calls. Always like just tearing them apart, looking at them, playing with them, tuning on them. And just kind of got bored one day. Started kind of digging into how to make them, bought a lathe, started making calls, and a couple guys around town liked them. I was like, I'll try to sell a few, and just kind of took off from there. Just been kind of riding it ever since. Like it. From Robinson, Illinois. It's kind of southeast Illinois. If anybody knows where Evansville, Indiana is, I'm about an hour from there. But started hunting when I was probably 8 years old. Started deer hunting and waterfowl. Started hunting waterfowl when I was about 10. So been doing that 24, 25 years now. And just really got into the making calls for about a year now, probably.
Gotcha. Who got you started into the waterfowl call making? Was it just, like you said, kind of a hobby that you started around the house, or did you have someone that kind of mentored you or taught you, or
just a hobby and self-taught? Just started messing with calls I own, started tuning on them, and just decided I was going to start trying to make my own.
Awesome. Now, do you use inserts, or do you make yours from the ground up?
I make my own inserts. I got jigs here. I even go down. I buy sheets of Mylar, even cut my own reeds. They're 100% custom made.
Now, when your buddy started buying these, did you really think you were going to start a business out of it, or did that come because you started selling?
I say a little bit of both. Like, I kind of hoped I would be able to take off with a little bit, but some of them kind of pushed on me a little. They're like, hey, they sound pretty good. You ought to probably do something with it. And then I've got other guys I've talked to that they're like, you're going to be big one of these days. And I was like, no. I was like, there ain't no way. I was like, I don't even have time to do that, I still got guys pushing on me. They're like, one of these days you're going to get out of that refinery.
I think that's most of all of us waterfowl people are like, oh, one day we might make it big. That way we ain't got to do nothing but waterfowl hunt. It's a good dream.
Yes,
little shop area there, or
I've got a little shop in my house here. So I've got a big, I don't know what size barn it is, but this past spring I walled up a kind of a shop area. I built everything in. Got a little heater in here. It's right now it's kind of nice. It's 5 degrees outside, so nice little place to go play in.
Yeah. 5 degrees is quite the difference. I'm sitting at about 25 right now when we got home.
It's cold here home. We're going to attempt to hunt in the morning too, if that tells you anything.
I was sitting there debating about going out in the morning too. I mean, it's supposed to be 29 down here, which is cold for Louisiana.
Yeah, we actually got snow this morning. Not a whole bunch. I mean, but for around here, this is kind of weird. It's a late snow for us. This is our first snow of the year, and we got maybe half an inch, if that, of accumulation. But usually we at least have a little bit more than that here. And last week we were in the 80s. So
it's been all.
It has been some crazy weather.
It's been all over the place. It's been here at home. It's been 70 one day, and then the next day you're icing out. That's what I got. I got a buddy down in Tennessee I talk to all the time. He's like, there ain't no birds down here. And I'm like, man, they're gonna be coming here soon. I was like, I ain't got a spot of water. I ain't got ice on it here.
Yeah. So kind of tell us how you do your hunting around there. What what geographically style of hunting are you doing? Marsh, lake, river,
We
ag? Kind of
honestly,
what are you
we're
into over
kind of in
there?
an area. I've got a river 10 minutes from my house. It's very, very hit and miss on the river. You can have good hunts. It's a lot of times pretty poor hunts, but you can hit a good one. A lot of lakes. We got a lot of ag. If you want to, if you're a field hunter, you can hunt a lot of fields around here. And I've got some private ground on a marsh I own. I haven't hunted much this year, but it's kind of one of those spots you can go down there and shoot a duck or two anytime you go, basically. But I personally, I travel a lot.
Yeah.
I start out first week of October. I go out to North Dakota and hunt there, and then basically run the season all the way till February. I'm kind of one of those guys. You'll never know where I'm going to be at. You're going to see me anywhere.
Yeah. Before we start recording, you were kind of telling me a little bit about your hunting trips. So kind of take us through where all you've been and how that's been so far
So
this year.
I started off in North Dakota. After that, I think I went to Wisconsin after that, which it was kind of slow this year. They were real dry when I was up there. It seems everybody's been dry. Nebraska, went to Nebraska twice actually. Pretty good hunts in Nebraska. The second time I was there, it was a little rougher, a lot of ice, which what we were talking about. I was in Colorado, shot some geese in Colorado. Next week, we're going down to the Ohio River, down southern Illinois. We're going to try to hunt some divers down on there. Now, I think we're going to end the season in southern Kentucky on a couple of big lakes down there and give that a try. Or you can get black ducks down there is what we're going for.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was about to ask you what all was over there if you were targeting something specific. I've heard a little bit of black duck over in that area, but I wasn't sure how prolific they were over there.
Here locally, we've been getting more than normal. I don't know. I really honestly don't know why. They've had a couple buddies get some last year. I've heard of several men shot around the area this year. And my buddy that I'm going down to southern Kentucky with, he lived down there for a couple of years and kind of know of a lake that's decently known for getting black ducks on it. So we're kind of after him, kind of not. We're just gonna go down there and see what we can get,
Yes, sir. What's your setup you're running? Do you walk in mostly, or how do you access most everything around there when you're traveling?
Take a boat with me 99% of the time. North Dakota, when I go out there, it's just walking. Just all honestly, it's normally me and a couple buddies and 12 decoys. And we know, I've been out there enough times. It seems like I know enough farmers. I'll go talk to them. And they'll be, oh, we had to just go tear them up. And we'll just go out there, throw them out on a pedal, and just have at it.
Awesome. So this year, with you saying everything been a bit dry, have you had quite a bit of a decrease in your outcome of hunting this year, or has it been about the same as normal?
I've had a really good year, but it has been slower than most years. We've had to work harder for the birds we found. There's been a lot of miles on trucks trying to find the birds we've gotten, but it's still been a good year. I mean, getting out and going, it's always fun,
That sounds like it's most of everybody this year, though. I mean, all the way from North Dakota down here, all the way to Louisiana, it's just you got to put the miles in, and you got to put a lot of time in. They're just hard to find. They're there, but it just takes a while to get to them and find out where they're at. Then you get the permission. Then all of it together is just taking more time this year than normal.
A lot of windshield time.
That's what I've told a lot of people. Like, we'll go where we go to North Dakota. It's about a 1,200-mile drive to get there, and then 1,200 back, obviously. And we'll put another 1,000, 2,000 miles on my truck, finding birds while we're out there and driving around, scouting. I mean, it's you got to put the miles in, you got to find the birds. It's 100% true.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So do y'all have anything when y'all go to North Dakota? You said you have previous kind of relationship with farmers. Do y'all access any of the non-posted stuff, or do you kind of stay away from that?
I will, but it's it's normally pretty low percentage of how much I go that's just not posted. And a lot of times, if it's not posted and it's not the state, I can't remember what they call it, the state ground or whatever. A lot of times, if it just doesn't have a sign on, I will try to find. Onyx is a savior with that stuff, right? So I'll try to talk to him anyway and be like, hey, you mind if we're out there? Do you care if we drive across your field and stuff? That'll save you a lot,
Yeah, that Onyx saved us when we were in Nebraska. I mean, we would find some birds and they'd be on private, and we'd have to do the research and dig in and find the numbers. That sure helped us out a lot.
Yeah, the calling the right number is always best, but it takes some connecting dots sometimes. I know that's what 3 hours of playing phone tag and bouncing around and texting and getting so and so's number from so and so when we were in Nebraska. But we finally got it, and we were about to give up, and I'm glad we didn't, because we got access to several thousand acres. That really made our trip worth it right then. But yeah, Onyx is definitely probably the most useful tool when it comes outside of your gun and your dog and your
That's
truck.
100%. I don't know if it's like $100 a year or whatever, but if you travel as well, I mean, it's worthwhile to buy it.
Yeah. We both run the Elite because, I mean, by the time you add states to it, it's worth it to run that Elite and just have access to all of them. Now, when you're traveling hunting, do y'all try to find quite a bit of private land, or do y'all try to hunt a lot of public as well, or do you just kind of see what you're finding birds on?
North Dakota it's 90% private ground when I hunt up there, and all the other states it's just public. All I do is hunt public ground. Basically I scour around on X maps, find something that looks good, and we just go give it a shot. Sometimes it turns out great. Sometimes it's one of those hunts you're never going to go back. You never know.
Yes, sir. Now, ducks and geese, do you do both, or do you have a preference over one or the other?
I would, if I've got a preference, it's going to be ducks.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I like goose hunting. So Illinois, where I'm at, we're kind of known for goose hunting, but I'm a duck guy. Honestly, a lot of the goose hunting I've done this year has been in my backyard. I got a little 1.5-acre pond they just love. So I'll do every week or so, I'll do a little setup out there and get on them.
Yes, sir. Now, does your family hunt with you any, or do you just mostly hunt with guys that you've met through hunting?
Just friends and people I've met. My grandpa, I started with him back in, like I said, when I was 8-10 years old, whatever. And he stopped. I can't even remember. It's been years ago now. He brought me started me out deer hunting. Then we got into turkey hunting. Then he started me waterfowl hunting. And I could probably almost tell you every single hunt. Like, I remember his last turkey hunt. I can't remember how many we got on several times that year. And he just looked at me at one point. He said, I think I'm done. Last time you ever went?
Yeah. Just decided to end it on top.
It was a rough hunt. I don't blame him. He was probably 75 years old. He just looked at me. We've been running through a bunch of big haulers, and he just looked at me. He's like, I think I'm done. And he never went again. But I mean, it was a good memory, though. You know what I mean? It was. Me and my grandpa shot a lot of stuff over the years. We got a lot of good times.
Well, it's good to have those memories as well. Did you get any of it on video or pictures or anything like that?
I've got pictures years and years ago, but I didn't really take any videos back then.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm awful about, is getting pictures and videos. It's me and Blake always talk all the time. We just don't have any pictures together as much as we've gone and done together. We always have a problem with that. And then, like, me and my dad, my grandpa, stuff like that, almost no pictures of us together hunting and stuff like that. So I always sit there and think about it afterwards, and I'm like kicking myself for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least you got to have those memories of hunting with him. So
yeah, the where you live, I've been up there in that area a little bit during the winter time, and this before I started duck hunting, and it's one thing I did notice. Like, man, there's a lot of geese up in this area. I ain't used to seeing this much, which that was when I was living in Panhandle, and I was like, man, there's a lot up here compared to where I'm from.
I can't remember if it was probably 15, 20 years ago. We used to be the goose capital, like the world here. I mean, it was, you wanted to goose hunt, this was the area to come to, was Southern Illinois, but it's kind of fell off over the years, but we still get a lot of geese. Which my problem is, I'd rather duck hunt. I'll still hunt geese.
Now,
Yeah.
is it mostly Canadas and cacklers, or do y'all get some of the specs and everything
So we
else
get
there as well?
everything now. So it used to be Canada's back in the day, but now, I mean, it's nothing for us to get thousands and thousands of cacklers, specs, snows. I mean, we get everything. Just there. I mean, you'll drive through the country and just see wads of stuff just laying out in fields out around here.
Well, kind of walk us through how you got hooked up with Tyler, and because he's who turned us on to you, and kind of tell us a little bit about that, and we'll kind of go in from there.
So, been making calls. I can't remember when it was, but been making calls for a little bit, and he got a hold of me and kind of told me about himself. He sent me a big long message. You know how he is, and was wanting to talk to some smaller companies about stuff, smaller call guys, and saying he doesn't want free stuff. And that's what I kind of told him. I was like, hey man, I'm small. I was like, this is like a hobby. I do this when I'm not at work. And I was like, I can't afford to send a bunch of free stuff to people. And he's like, no, he's like, I don't want free stuff. He's like, I'm trying to bring smaller guys up with me. He's like, I'm trying to get bigger in the world and stuff. And we talked on the phone a little bit, and super legit guy, great guy, easy talking to, and sent him a couple calls. He liked them and talked a little bit more. And I just kind of send him some more stuff over time, and he sends me all kinds of different videos and stuff, and I try sharing all his stuff, and same with him. Tries to share all my stuff, and just that's what when I was talking to you, Troy. I just got off the phone with him not 20 minutes before that. Probably I was chit-chatting with him. Say super good dude. It seemed like he runs a good business. Yeah. They put a lot of birds down, it looks like.
Yeah, we got to go hunt with him, and he's good. I mean, very well put out on what he wants with his business and putting it forward and all that. I mean, and the calls he's blowing. When we went, the calls that you made, they sound amazing. So that's when me and Troy were sitting in the blind that day. I was like, we got to get this guy on at some point. We just got to figure out when we could do it so we could talk to him about his calls.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's what he said. I sent him a couple of them. He sent me a video or like a Snapchat or something. He's like, man, these are awesome. Blew a couple of them. I'm like, man, you're going to make them sound good. I might have to send you some more.
Yeah, he does. So going to your calls, I guess let's kind of run through, I guess, your wood calls you got right now. What wood calls are they're all cut downs, or do you have any other ones in the wood calls?
The wood, I can make any of my calls. I can do the wood style. I'm trying to get away from the wood just because they can be kind of a pain. They look pretty, they really do, and they look good. I've noticed after making some, I'm allergic to some styles of the wood. Makes it a pain for me because I'll start breaking out and itching and stuff. But I don't. They sound good. They're a little bit quieter, but they're harder to work with because you got to worry about the wood shrinking, swelling, all that stuff. But I've got my OG timber, the original call I started making. I've got a style off of it, which I call the T2. It's a smaller frame, smaller bore call, a little more back pressure built into it. It's a little easier to blow. You can get quieter with it. And then I've got, like you said, the cut down. So I've got a standard cut down. I make real loud, real barky. And then I've got a hybrid I run off of it. It's the same cut down style, same form, same barrel, same everything. But I run a J-frame reed in it, which is your standard call. And it's that I've been running my hybrid a lot. That's what I've got 2 of those on my lanyard right now. they're very easy to run. They're big bore open calls. They take like no air at all. They're super user friendly. To me, they're honestly a very like, it'd be like a beginner call. Like most of the time, a cut down is not beginner, but this hybrid, when I throw like a double reed or just a standard single J frame in there, you could whisper into that thing, make it sing. So that's what I've been trying to kind of push on people. Like if somebody gets a hold of me, like, I don't know, I like your calls, but I don't know what to get. I'm like, hey, let's do this. We're going to talk about it. I'll send you this thing.
Yeah. Now with the wood calls, I mean, we kind of talked. We had a guy that just started making calls last week on here with his fiance. She was doing some different hunt stuff, and he got on and kind of talked to us. What do you recommend on the wood calls, like trying to keep them sounding good? I guess how to take care of them. What do you recommend
The
on
wood
that?
call, just moisture is a killer, which is not good with duck hunting, right? You're always around water and stuff. Keep oil on it.
Yeah.
Depending on type, depending on what I send, a lot of times I'll do like a CA finish, which is this hard finish on the outside, but I oil them before I send them out. Try to put some type of oil on it. There's tons of different wood oils. You can put whatever you want on there. But I mean, that's mainly just keep it oiled. Try to keep it, if you get it wet or if you've been blowing on it a lot, get it out, let it dry.
So, and you said that you have those both in like the J frame and the cut down. You can do them however however the person that orders them likes it. Okay, awesome. That's what I didn't know. Some call people just want to do cut downs, and some of them just want J frames. So that's kind of nice to know the different, like to know that you can get either or.
You can. That's something I like doing. Like I like to. I'm not big enough now, so like you get a hold of me, I'm easy to talk to. I'll just send you a message, be like, hey, you know what are you looking at a call, and we'll talk about it, and be like, hey, you know, I think this would be good for you. Like you get into these bigger companies, you're gonna go to their website, they've got these certain calls you can buy, and that's all you got, right? Like with me, you basically you're gonna talk to me personally, and we're gonna talk about what you want, and I'm gonna set you up with something.
Yeah, that's the good part about getting kind of not the smaller, like not the big time people, but people like you that you can sit there and help them. Like, hey, this is what I think you should get, and help them out, push them towards that way. Yes. Your acrylics. Do you just do acrylics, or do you do the PVC with them? How does that?
It's all acrylic. Yep.
All acrylic. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I saw some of your stuff on there said PVC, I thought, or something like that. I might have read one of them wrong, but I wasn't sure if that was a different material or
no,
if it was
so that's a collar I've got. It's a PVC gray or something. I think's the collar. But it's acrylic. It's just yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, man, okay, that makes sense. I was like, man, when I was looking on there the other day, I'd seen it, and I was like, I've never heard of making a call out of PVC
No.
material.
Hey,
so I was confused. I was like, I gotta make sure that we ask about that. Yeah. It's gonna be all purple with pipe dope on there if I do it. It'd probably sound just about as good as my regular calls if I made one out of PVC anyways.
So do you also make goose calls as well?
I started making those a couple months ago. It was, I don't know what, I can't remember who even got a hold of me, asked me if I'd make one. So I got some guts in. I messed with several different guts. I've actually got one sitting over here for a buddy. It's a pretty decent looking call. It's a canary yellow with a black pearl. But I had somebody get a hold of me, ask if I'd make one. So ordered a bunch of different guts in, tried some out, found one I liked, and just kind of mess with measurements. I don't know. I don't even know how many I made now. I made several though. They sound pretty good. I like them. I've shot a bunch of geese over them this year. Been pretty good for me.
Yeah, I was listening to some of your TikToks earlier, and I was like, man, those do sound really good goose calls.
Now those are the short barrel style,
Yep.
right?
That's all I do. The short reed, short barrels. That's all I run. And I honestly, when I started doing this, I was just gonna go with duck calls. That was it. And then people have gotten a hold of me, and they're like, "We do goose calls. We do this." That's how I got into the cut down. Because I've ran cut downs over the years, and I've never been just big on them. And I've had, I don't know, a couple of guys got a hold of me. I was like, "Yeah, I'll make some cut downs. We'll try this and that." And then if anybody's interested in a spec call, I've got a guy pushing me to make a spec call here soon. So we'll see on that.
That's what. So do you prefer the cut downs or do you prefer the J frames?
Depends where I'm hunting at, honestly. I do. I like cut downs. They're loud. Okay. They're barky. They sound really good. A lot of rasp to them. But I grew up running J frames. I really do like J frames. To me, you get a lot more tone out of them. You got a good low end, but you can really get that high end out of them. You can make them sound real good. You can get a good squeal out of them. They sound pretty. You know what I mean? To me, a cut down, they bark. They're loud, raspy. But that's why I started doing that kind of hybrid I was talking about. You can get they're a little bit louder call, but you can still get a good squeal out of them. You can make them sound good, and you can get a good finesse out of it. It's a cut down style call, but you can really make them sing real good. They sound good.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to figure out your reeds and like the cuts, and did you get to go through a bunch before you finally figured out what you liked the most?
Here, I'll show you my bucket of reeds I cut today. I don't know if you can see that. I've got. Can you see that good? I probably got 1,000 reeds in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm always messing with those things. It's a never ending. I'm always playing with stuff. That's kind of what got me into this. Was I've got who knows $1,000 plus worth of calls laying around I bought from other companies. I've chopped up the reeds and messed with them and stuff. You know, to me, it's a never ending thing.
Yeah.
Now,
go ahead, Troy.
Do you mess with talking about the reeds? Have you messed with any like shaping them or I know some like Slayer and them, they put those ridges in there kind of to mimic the duck style of the bill, and then I know like some of them have dimples on double reeds and stuff like that. Have you messed with anything along those lines, or is it mostly just your width and length and stuff?
I've done dimples. Sometimes I'll do dimples. I'll talk to people about that. The dimple thing with me on a double reed, a lot of that depends on how much you spit into the call, honestly, if they're going to stick or not. I have the Slayer thing you're talking about where they like cut down the side of it. Yeah. I have never messed with that. That is crazy looking. I wouldn't mind trying it sometime. I've just never messed it. I've never even ran one like that.
I've never got my hands on one, but I like sit there and look at that. I'm like, I wonder if it actually really does much. I was like, it looks cool and it's a great idea, but I've never got my hands on one to see if it actually makes quite a bit of difference from, what their sales team says about it anyways.
I'd say there's something to it. I just haven't messed with it. I've got enough reeds. I could probably tear one up one of these days and just try, you know what I mean? Play with it a little bit.
Yeah. Just feel like you go get those little kid scissors is what I do.
So my problem with that stuff is,
I was having trouble with one of my double reeds.
Was it sticking real bad?
Go ahead.
So you had trouble with a double reed?
Yeah, it was sticking pretty bad. And the other day, I was trying. It was the first call I ever had, and it was sticking bad. It sounded weird, so I was like, I'm gonna go over here and shape this up just a little bit, and I shaped it up way too much and way too horrible. Now it sounds like a dying kazoo, and I was like, I'm gonna have to send this thing back now.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell everybody. Like, so anytime I sell a call, I send them a bunch of extra reeds, and I always try to tell them like, hey, it might not sound exactly how you want. You know what I mean? Because I I blow my calls like I blow my calls. When you get it, it's gonna sound how I blow the call. It's gonna sound different for you probably. If you don't like it, you got extra reeds, play with them. Be gentle. Don't cut too much. Because it seems like they're gonna take scissors, start tearing them up, and next thing you know, it's gonna sound like kazoo.
Yeah. I'm not one guy that's like, oh, let me just cut a little bit more. Oh, I cut too much on this, so let me cut back on this side a little bit. Yeah, and then I'm just like, well, this one's got to be sent back. So
internal materials, are you using cork or are you using rubber?
So I use the rubber on mine. I tried cork at first. I've never been a cork fan. They dry out. You got to keep putting a new cork in there. The Santoprene wedges, the rubber wedge, to me last a lot longer. They're easy to work with. They're pretty much always the same size. It's easier on me. It's easier on if somebody gets back a hold of me like, hey, I need a new wedge. Instead of me trying to figure out and cut them a new piece, I just send them a bag of new wedges. They're cheap. It's easier for me to deal with and longer.
yeah, I think I had the one I gave to Troy actually after I switched to a single was a double and it had the cork in it, and that's what we were talking about a while back, that cork's probably dried out and why it sounds so bad as it does. Just because.
No, that's just me.
Well, it might have got wet a couple times. So, so would you rather use? I know we were talking earlier about the J frame between the cut down for like open field, open marsh hunting. That's more of your J frame hunting you were talking about.
Yeah, to me it is. You can get real loud, real high top end with it. You can just scream with a good J frame, right? And it still sounds really good. And then when you get them in close, you can get real soft. You got a lot of wiggle room with the J frame. There's a lot more finesse with it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Did you do any, like if somebody calls you or wants to do any video training, or can you do that with anybody about the calls if they need help learning? Like if someone buys a call from you and they're having more trouble with trying to get their feed call down, do you help them? Can you help them out like that, or do you offer that at
Yeah, I
all?
would. I haven't had anybody ask honestly, but I would. I definitely would. I just honestly like talking to people, so I'd be all about it, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things that when we first started, me and Troy first started, it's just, you could go on YouTube all day long and look stuff up, but when you try to make it sound like they do and you can't do it, you just kind of get discouraged. So there's not very many people that you call like, hey, listen to this and tell me what you think's going wrong or what I'm doing wrong, or do I need to try something else?
There was a kid, I can't remember, it's been a couple months ago. I can't remember who it was. I sent him a call and he did get a hold of me. He's like, hey, it sounds really good, but he's like, I can't get the chuckle down. And we kind of talked a little bit, and I sent him a video of me blowing a call, like backwards, blowing through the exhaust. I was like, try this. I was like, give this a shot. And it seemed like it helped him a little bit, but it's been pretty hit and miss about people asking about that stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, that's what we asked the other day too, if they did any videos like that, if they planned on it. It's just something cool. I think if you could go on to wherever you buy your call and be like, hey, if you need help, you can give me a call, maybe get you through it or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I like. Like the level I'm at's been kind of nice. I can still just talk to people, you know, like, hey, here's my phone number. Just give me a call. We'll talk about this, or text me or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I also saw that you had or you did at one point, like the calls with like different football team or like different college stuff, do you still offer custom stuff like that, or was that just at one
No,
point
I do.
type deal?
All right, so I've got that's what this goose call's got a little Buckeyes thing going on right here. If you can see that on there. This is for
okay.
my.
Do you do that in house or do
Nope,
you
I
have to
do it
send
here
that
in
out?
house. I've got a little laser, engraves everything. I can do. People will get a hold of me. I can do. I'd say 80 to 90% of stuff people ask for, but every now and again they'll ask for something. It's like, no, there ain't no way. You know, it's just if it has too much detail, I can't do it. I don't have a crazy expensive laser, but I try to work with people. I'll tell them like, hey, you know, I can do this on certain collars, clear. Like if you ask for like a clear, like a super light colored collar, I have trouble engraving that. But I'm not a big enough shop to have a $10,000 laser in here to do that stuff. You know.
Yeah. You only could do those on the acrylic, right? There's no way you could do that on the wood.
I can do stuff on wood. It's hard to do on wood because the painting is hard. Because the wood grain will. So you'll engrave it. When I go back and try to put the paint layer over it, the wood grain will sometimes take that paint in there, and I'm gonna spend an hour trying to get the paint sanded out of the wood. It's a pain. I can do it on both, but the wood can be a pain to do that too.
Okay. Are you still offering if you buy like the matching, if you could buy the duck call and the goose call, you still offering that?
Yep. I still.
Okay. Yeah, I think I seen that on TikTok or something like that. So.
Yep, I've done several sets of those now. The whatever that called, the cut down or T2, whatever anybody wants, and then I'll do the matching honker with it. I've sold several sets like that. I kind of like doing that, honestly. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you come about with your whistle? I know Tyler was telling us, he was bragging on that, saying that was one of the best little whistles he's had the pleasure of blowing.
That was a lot of time and just I wasted so much acrylic messing with that. I can't remember how I even did it. So I basically looked up 5-in-1 whistle on Google, started messing with stuff, and I bought the I can't even remember what the stuff's called now. It's 5/8 Delrin rod. Bought some Delrin rod, which is just like hard plastic, and started making wedges out of that. And I just watched a bunch of YouTube on videos on how to make a whistle, just old style wooden whistle, and then basically just transfer that into acrylic and just started playing, drilling holes, messing with different shapes, and finally came upon that. And I sent Tyler. Tyler is honestly one of the few people, like first people that got a whistle from me. Sent him a video. I was like, man, it sounds pretty good. And he got it. He's like, man, it sounds real good. And I haven't sold a lot of them. I don't make them. They take a lot of time for the money I can get out of it. It's not even worth doing. But I run one almost every day when I hunt. They sound really good. I just don't make very many of them.
Now, what all can you get out of them? Sound
Just your you got your Drake mallard. You can do pintail. You got widgeon and teal. It's pretty much it.
Now, inventory wise of what you offer, are you got anything in the works that you're kind of R&Ding right now, or are you going to kind of stick with what you got already made up for a while and see where
right
that goes?
Now I'm kind of sticking with what I got. I'm always playing catch up. I'm probably 2 weeks to a month out on orders right now, trying to get caught up. So I would like to one of these days kind of keep messing around, keep trying different stuff, you know.
Yes, sir. Now, I know, I think it was Snapchat. You snapped me a day or two ago, or maybe today. I don't remember exactly when, but you had said that you're going to get to go to Squad Fest. Kind of walk us through what your involvement with that'll be and how that came about. That's pretty exciting stuff.
So I can't remember how we got on that. I can't remember where I seen that at. I seen Squad Fest that they were about sold out of spots, and if you want to try to get on something, that there's a big waiting list. So I sent Asher an email. I was like, hey, told him my name, told him who I was, what I do. Like, hey, if you got any openings, I wouldn't mind trying it out. And he was honestly very quick and very easy to deal with. He sent me a personal message, email back, said, "Hey man," he's like, "We'd love to have you. This is X amount of money to get a spot." He's like, "We'll save you one if you want one, and go to Squad Fest now." I'm pretty excited about it, really.
Now, when and where is that going to
So
be at this year?
I can't remember the actual. So it's St. Louis, Missouri. I can't think of the actual name of the town, but it's basically St. Louis, Missouri. It's I think it's July 27th and 28th, but should be a good time. I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, you just taking down, and just kind of try to sell some calls and get some traction going
Yep.
there with that, or have you got anyone else going with you
I've got a buddy from Northern Illinois. He said said he'd come down and help me run the booth with me. Chuck Nicolay from I can't remember what town he's from, but he's honestly been a big pusher trying to get me going on the calls. He was one of the first people I ever sold a call to, and he's all the time sending me videos. He's like, "What do you think about this? Try this with it. Shave this down." I mean, he's a great dude, but he kind of pushed me on he wanted me to go to Squad Fest this past summer. I was like, "Man, I ain't ready for that." And I was talking to him honestly. So right around the time that I got signed up to go, he was talking to me about it. He's probably the reason why I even looked into it and talked to Asher about going. But he's gonna be there, probably help me try to move some stuff. I got some buddies that are gonna be there. I've got a couple other shows I'm gonna try to hit too, but I'm starting to slow down a little bit now. Season's over, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I can make up a ton of product, have a bunch of stuff ready to roll, so I can move stuff and not just have to take a bunch of orders and different. You know what I mean? To me, it'd be better if I had a bunch of calls I could sell in person, not just take orders off of.
That makes a big difference in gaining customers, is having that on hand. Because I mean, everyone's guilty of it. I know I am for sure. Like if I go talk to someone and they've got something, they're like, "Well, I've got this one. This is all I got, and you're gonna have to order." And I'm like, "Well, maybe next year." It's usually what I think, because I'm one of those guys. I'd like to have my hands on something if I'm going to try it out for the first time.
And that's my biggest problem.
That's Squad Fest.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good.
So that's my biggest problem right now is I work so much at my full-time job. I can't keep up, and like people. So when people buy stuff off my website, I try to work that in as fast as I can because I don't personally talk to them. But when I talk to people off of different social medias or people call me and talk to me or text me or whatever, I try to warn them like, "Hey, it's going to be 2 weeks, it's going to be 3 weeks before I can get to you." And I hate doing that, but I'm still that small, and it's just me by myself. I do it. I've got 2 kids at home. I work 12-hour shifts at the refinery. I mean, I'm slow. It takes me a long time to get stuff put out.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you're able to get that turned around pretty decent and not flood it. I mean, it'd be nice to have enough orders that you're rushing, but that is good to be able to have that turnaround at a decent time and being able to let everyone know and have them being able to understand. That Squad Fest, what I was saying was they're turning that into quite the big ordeal. That's getting up there some big level stuff, so that'll be exciting.
I'm pretty
for you
excited
this year.
about that one. I think that'll be good for me.
Is that going to be a 3-day event this year?
So I think it's Friday and Saturday. I have to look at it again for sure, but I think it's just 2 days. But I'll go up the day before and get everything ready, have my booth ready and stuff.
Now for your calls, I know you said you have the website. Where else is that? Where everyone needs to go if they want to get a call from you, or do you have anything on like shop or kind of walk us through the best way to get a hold of you and get something ordered?
If you want to just go and order something, just whatever I got on the website is the cccalls.square.site. I think is exactly what it is. Instagram, I get a lot of people order stuff through Instagram. TikTok is the same way. People just message me. We'll talk about it, say what you want, what you're looking for. That's honestly, the website's nice. I get a lot of orders through the website, but I personally like the custom stuff. I like people getting a hold of me on TikTok or Instagram, Facebook. Shoot me a message. Don't be scared. I think my number is even on some there. Text me if you want. I'll talk. We'll talk about it. We'll make it something cool. I like the custom stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, with that plug, is it C.C. game calls? Did I have that written down correctly?
So there's no.
Or how is it on all
So
your
there's
social
no
medias?
dots on there. It's cccalls.square.site is my website. And then the social media, I really honestly know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was C.C. calls. That's where I had. I was like, I know I wrote down the period somewhere from something, so that was on the Instagram. But yeah, any big plans for the social media on anything like that, or anything else rolling out soon that you wanted to talk about?
I just keep doing what I'm doing. I like making little call videos. I need to do it more often. There for a while, I was making the videos of me actually putting the whole call together. I'd show me cutting it out, turning it on the lathe, and shaving everything down, cutting reeds. I need to do some more of those. I like doing little videos like that, but I don't know. Next year, I'd like to get a actual like a cameraman, camera girl to kind of follow us around hunting and stuff and make some neat videos. But that's a little harder to plan out, you know.
Yeah, and we knew that filming was going to be a bear. We didn't realize just how big of a bear that was going to be, and so this year we bit off more than we could chew at that. So that kind of got put to the back burner till next year. But that's one thing that we're wanting to do is kind of get some more. And like me and Blake said, for us to have that, because we're awful at filming and taking pictures together and stuff like that. So something for us to have keepsake of, even if it doesn't ever get big, you know. So, yep. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight. If there's anything else you want to plug, you can go ahead and do that, and then we'll finish her out.
No, appreciate you guys having me. Been an awesome ride, meeting everybody and stuff, and sold quite a few calls. I love meeting people, so don't be scared to get a hold of me and talk about getting a call made.
Yes, sir. And good luck on your hunt coming up. Hopefully that'll go well for you to round out the season on a good note, at least on the ducks wise, because I'm sure y'all are probably wrapping up here pretty soon, like the rest of us.
We've got about 2 weeks left, and then we're done. That's about it.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we will see you all next week.
You guys.